tears blurred his vision as a surge of love and protectiveness coursed through his body. Rose Kelly was his flesh and blood, and he wanted her to flourish in his care, to grow rich roots of confidence and courage. He placed his little finger in the centre of her open palm, and even in sleep she gripped it. He hoped she would always grasp opportunities. He would be a happy man if his daughter was given the chance to see the world in all its wondrous colours beyond these dark colliery rows. Chapter 1. 1944. 10-year-old Rose Kelly could hardly remember the time when there wasn't a blackout at night and you could buy as many sweets as you wanted. The older lads and lasses talked about those days and how they would be back after Hitler was sent packing. Until that day, carrying a gas mask and a trip to their Anderson shelter in the middle of the night whenever they heard the siren, Wailing Willie, was part of life. They might have to be careful with their sweets, but they all ate well in Linwood Colliery Rows because of the allotments that grew all manner of fruit and veg. A strip of land was allotted to each house, and the miners used their plot for growing food, keeping chickens, and building sheds from whatever scraps of material they could find. After hours underground, pitmen liked outdoor hobbies like growing prize leeks or racing whippets and pigeons. Rose's dad used his shed for painting and storing his canvases. Even though they had the allotments, a lot of a miner's pay went on food because he did a job that needed fuel in the belly, and he dreaded being laid off sick. Miners were allowed a few extra rations because of their work, but it all had to be paid for. Her mam was a really good cook of stews and pies and soups, but Rose's favourite meal of the week wasn't any of those. Her favourite was Friday's dinner, when she could have either her one rationed egg, fried with chips and a slice of bread, or have some battered fish and chips from Charlie's. Like many miners, her dad handed his pay unopened to Mam every week. She would tip it out and count the pounds he had earned, then hand him 5 shillings as pocket money. He saved this and then spent a lot on art materials and brushes every now and then. Folk said her mam and dad made a handsome couple, and Rose had to agree. Dad was as fair as her mam was dark. Her mam was the bonniest of all the women in the colliery rows, as pretty as that Vivian Leigh in the films. She had chocolate-coloured curly hair that she tied up in a scarf when she was working, kind brown eyes, and a big smile showing white teeth. Rose had her mam's brown hair and her dad's green eyes, and no matter how hard her mam tried, she put everything in her left hand like Dad too. Cack-handedness, her mam called it. Mam's nice teeth were because she was strict about teeth cleaning and eating apples and carrots to keep them strong. They all knew she was scared of visiting the dentist or the doctor. It was losing her mam when she was a little un that had left her with a terrible fear of the very folk who could help to make you better. "We don't want any teeth pulled in this family if we can help it," she'd say, as she brushed at Rose's teeth with a bit of salt or bicarb when toothpaste was in short supply, and Rose tried not to gag. It wasn't easy to have white teeth. Every weekend saw her dad sketching or painting after he'd done the gardening jobs, and her mam making do and mending, so much that she deserved a medal from Mr. Churchill. Old clothes didn't go on a scrap pile to make proggy mats for the floor as often. Clothes were unpicked to see if they could be altered or made into something new for Rose, her younger twin brothers, or another bairn in the row. Their mam was very handy with a needle and careful with clothing coupons. Their neighbours, the Elliots, had given up sharing the Anderson shelter with them. It now had a shelf and blanket arrangement that her dad called a bunk at the end of it,